this video, we will cover how to customize what information is collected from volunteers who create a profile with you using your volunteer application. It should be noted that there are two types of the application, a full version and Quick Reg, which is essentially a truncated version collecting less information. By default, the full application is in use for every opportunity, and a volunteer will fill this out as a part of the registration process for an event. There is also access to a standalone version of this application if, for example, you as an organization require that a volunteer be approved before registering for opportunities, or you'd simply like to collect volunteer applications as a form of indicating interest. On the application itself, there are a minimum of 4 required fields in Service: last name, first name, phone number, and email address. To expand your application beyond these 4 items, you will use 2 particular sections of the system configuration: information collection and custom volunteer profile fields. The first category of information to choose from is found in the information collection section. These are items that are already defined within Service and are common to many organizations, such as address, birth date, background check status, and more. One quick note, in this section, the only option not visible to volunteers is the background check status field, which can only be viewed or edited by staff members. The next layer of information that you can collect is referred to as attributes. These are lists of items that you generate and which volunteers can self-select. The data captured in these fields can include concepts like interest categories, group membership, general availability, skills, spoken languages, available equipment, or really anything you need to be able to search by. These attributes are created under the Attribute Management heading from the main dashboard, but are enabled on your application in this section as either optional or required. You also have the option to configure your volunteer application to display and even require acceptance of your terms and conditions. This functionality allows you to post a set of terms on your application for your volunteers to accept when they're creating a profile. You can have your volunteers mark their acceptance via a checkbox or by additionally requiring their typed signature and even a parent or guardian signature if they're under 18. Lastly, you can create custom fields to be used on the application in the Custom Volunteer Profile Fields section. These custom fields can be established to collect information more specific to your organization, and they can be directly on your application or hidden from volunteers to be recorded by staff. There are 3 different types of custom fields, with 16 different fields available in total. First are the custom volunteer fields, which allow you to create open-ended questions where volunteers are writing in a response. Next are custom volunteer sensitive data fields, which are identical to the first. However, these fields are not searchable due to additional encryption. All volunteer data is encrypted in Service, and the sensitive data fields are encrypted on another layer. These fields are designed to be used to store more sensitive information, such as driver's license number. The last type of custom fields are selection list fields, which allow you to create drop-down lists where volunteers are required to choose one answer out of the options which you provide. Once you've enabled the fields that you want on your application, click the button Update Configuration, and this will save your changes for the entire page. After you've clicked the button to save any desired changes to your application, you can rearrange their order by going back to the first item in the information collection section and clicking on Reorder Volunteer Profile Fields or Configure Quick Reg fields. From here, you can drag and drop the fields to move them into your desired order when a volunteer is filling out their application, as well as when you are reviewing it. This is also where you can modify which fields are a part of your Service Quick Reg application by simply placing a check mark next to a field to include it. As a reminder, Quick Reg is intended to offer a quicker registration experience for specific events. When you're finished, click Save Order. While that wraps up your standard and Quick Reg applications, there is another layer of information which you can collect from volunteers who are registering for particular events. If you have certain events which require more information than your standard application, you can employ the use of custom registration questions for those events. Once enabled, these questions are presented when a volunteer is registering for that event, regardless if they have created a profile with you previously. This can be used to collect information relevant to a specific shift or if you need more information to assist in vetting volunteers. For more information about QuickReg, custom registration questions, or any of the previously mentioned features that are available to use in conjunction with your volunteer application, please refer to the information in the description box below.